As you can see, she's got her earrings in. For f***'s sake. Hello again and welcome back to March Payne's Midlife Dolly Crisis, and happy anniversary. Today is the 4th anniversary of the channel, which is quite amazing. So if you have watched every single video that I've made, give yourself a huge pat on the back. You're doing better than my husband has anyway. And thank you to everyone who's watched over the years, who's subscribed, who's commented, who's reached out. It's been a joy. So today, to celebrate our 4th anniversary, I'm going to be opening a special doll. And it is, of course, how this whole thing started, which was with a Blythe. So we're going to be opening a Blythe doll, and this is the one we're opening. So this is Brenda's Extraordinary Day. She is from last year, 2023, and I wasn't going to get her. I ummed and ahed, to be honest. I did like her. I liked the whole style of her because she's got a very kind of 50s look. So obviously that did appeal to me quite a lot. But I didn't get her when she first came out. And then there was kind of like a sale thing going on Junie Moon. And that was basically when I got her. So she cost me probably about €100, which is actually very good for a Blythe doll, a new Blythe doll. And that would be about £85. Obviously, there was postage on top of that and possibly a custom charge as well. I can't remember now because it was a while back. But yeah, I mean, basically, she wasn't that expensive considering she was a pretty new release and, you know, she's mint in box and everything. As I say, I did and ah over getting her, mainly because I was worried that she was a bit too similar looking to Zanya Remembers, who is another brunette who doesn't have a fringe, and I just didn't want to think that I've got two dolls that look very similar. Looking at her now, I think that probably isn't going to be the case, so I've got nothing to worry about. I did really love the stock as well. The box, as you can see, is quite a big one, and I think it's because there's a very large hat here. So yeah, we'll have fun opening this. Let's see what the hair's like from this one, because they haven't been amazing so far. But I have heard that some of the much newer releases do have better hair, so that's maybe something to look forward to in the future. But yeah, so look, let's get her open and see what we think of her. Okay, so before we actually get into the box, as is tradition, we should actually have a look at the box. So the box has got this really cute sort of 50s graphic design all over it, which I do really like. It's not dissimilar actually to the box which Cloud9 came in. She also, as you remember, had that sort of whole bowling look going on, so that was very sort of 50s as well. We've got a font here which says Brenda's Extraordinary Day, and that kind of font is, again, a very sort of like 50s looking font. It's also given me I Dream of Jeannie as well, which I guess was sort of early 60s probably. So the colours are also very nice here. Obviously we've got the window here so we can see the doll, we can see all of the little accessories and things like that, which we will of course be having a closer look at. The rest of the box is pretty much standard, so the pattern goes all the way around. Obviously we come to the back and there's not a great deal, unfortunately, we can read there. So yeah, so essentially that is the box. I'm now going to go ahead and take her out off camera. Okay, so the doll is out, the accessories are out, everything is out. It was a struggle. There is a tradition here in Ireland, because of the Catholicism, that if somebody's going for an exam or, you know, they want luck on something, that an elderly relative will volunteer to go and light a candle for them. And I have to be honest, despite my atheism, I am wondering if I could get someone to light a candle every time I have to unbox a Blythe doll, because it is quite a struggle. There was so much to kind of cut and slide out, and it was just, it was messy. It was messy. Despite the fact I do keep the boxes, I'm not sure the boxes are in that great a condition inside anyway, after I've sort of got everything out. But look, she is out, as I say, all the accessories are out. Let's have a look at her and at the stuff. We'll probably look at the stuff first, actually. So I'm going to just move her out of the way. And let's see the bits that she comes with. So, first and foremostly, we have the hat. This is actually quite a nice piece, I have to be honest. So obviously there is structure to it. It's not just a kind of a floppy thing, but, you know, the brim is not sort of like stiff. There is some give to it, so it does move around. We've got a little comb inside there, which we would attach to the hair to keep it on her head. Obviously this bit isn't as big as her head, so it will basically kind of just fit, I guess, on the top or on the crown, right, maybe. There is a ribbon detail around the brim there, which is very nice. A nice red, bright red bow. I'm not sure what they've used for this. It's kind of, it's quite a thick material. I think it's doubled over as well. And there is, I don't know if you can see, but there's sort of, it almost looks like a straw thatch, but it isn't. It is actually fabric. So that is the hat. We'll have fun trying to put that on her, I'm sure. So obviously we've got a doll stand for her. So this is bright red, which is nice. I've not had a bright red one before. It's just the standard one. I think because of the height of it, that this will go around the waist. Some of the other ones, if they're wearing very sort of voluminous dresses and things like that, it will literally go around their sort of hips. And so it will be a bit shorter and this will be a bit wider. But this one looks like it's going to fit around her waist. We then have a pair of gloves. So these are sort of like opera gloves, in that they're the long ones. And obviously we've got these to try and get the hands in. So they're sort of shaped like mittens because the hands of the Blythes are basically kind of as my hand is now, really. We've got like the fingers are all together and then the thumb is a separate piece. So that could also be interesting, trying to get that on. So we've then got a pair of tights here. They are a gauzy material and they're sort of like a pale colour. They're not quite white, I don't think, but I'm guessing that they are sort of similar to the doll's skin tone. So they're very nicely made by looks of it. Again, these might be interesting to get on because the Blythes do have rubbery legs. So yeah, we might be lighting another candle for that. So that is those. We've got this, which is a really cute little bag. So the handle has got pearls around it. We've got a white bow on the front there. It's kind of like a bucket bag. I don't know if... Oh, yes, it does open. I think there's Velcro there. Yeah, so it does kind of open. There's a tiny bit of Velcro on there. I don't know if you'd necessarily need it. I think it would probably sort of stay together otherwise anyway, because it is quite a tight fit. It's a bit like a bucket, like a bucket bag almost. There's a lot of structure. It's made of a sort of a shiny black sort of pleather material. I do like it. It's a really nice sort of style. Obviously, you could put stuff in there because at the moment it's stuffed with tissue paper, but there is quite a lot of room in there, so you could get stuff in there, maybe like a gloves or something, or little accessories that she's not going to be using. So that is the bag, and she should hopefully be able to hold it because you have a nice little handle there. So that's quite cute. I've not really seen a bag like this before. Certainly none that have come with any dolls that I've had. So to match the bag, we've got a pair of black shoes. These are quite plain. They've obviously got like a high heel on them. They're sort of rounded around the foot and around the toe. It might have been nice if they actually had like a little white bow on the top of them, because that would have sort of tied in with the bag then. But never mind. So they're quite simple. They look okay. They're sort of a little bit rubbery. So that is the shoes. So finally we have the jewellery. So we have got some earrings for her. I have had earrings with previous dolls as well. So the holes in the ear, this bit will basically just go in and it just kind of like slips in. You can remove them after you've put them in again, so that's not a problem. But yeah, once the earring's in, they won't really come out unless you want to take them out, and then it's fine. It's just, they kind of hook in the ear, but as I say, you can actually remove them. And then this, I think is, I'm guessing it's a choker. I'm presuming it's a choker, because I don't know, you wouldn't get that over the head, unless it's meant to be some kind of bracelet. Obviously the heads are massive and you can't really remove them unless you unscrew things, which I'm not going to be doing. But I think this goes into this and will go around the neck. Again, that might be another very fiddly piece to get on. So that is the jewellery. So here is the doll herself. Now I haven't removed any of the plastic yet. I just wanted to show you how she came. One of her sort of hair bits has come off. So they both had these plastic bits on, which if you bought a Blythe and you've unboxed the Blythe recently, you'll know that's how they do the hair. But that one's actually come off. It doesn't bode well, I don't think. The hair is actually a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be. So that's quite interesting. Actually, maybe it's not so bad. I don't know. Maybe it just needs a bit of a brush out. Obviously, she's got plastic around her head. She's got plastic on the back of her head there. She's also got plastic underneath her clothes as well. Obviously, this is black, so we have to be a bit careful with that. I am going to remove all the plastic and maybe give her hair a bit of a brush, and yeah, we'll have a good look at her then. So here is the doll. She's actually such a pretty doll, and her hair is, although not amazing, and it probably will need some care to it, it's actually very nice. It's a very nice colour. It's also not that long. Some of them you get and they literally have hair down to their ankles. With her, it's actually kind of like not even knee length, you know? It's sort of waist length. It's kind of just past the waist, really. So that makes it a lot easier. You can probably see the colour of it in that it is quite light. It's a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be. To me, it does have a sort of a reddish tone. It's sort of like a sandy, reddy, almost blonde, strawberry blonde. Would that be appropriate? I don't know. Strawberry blonde, I always think, is just basically a different way of saying ginger hair, but I don't know if you would say that. But yeah, it's not really brunette. It's quite a light colour, really. So that is the hair. Obviously, she is quite a pale girl, as you can see under the lights. But look, let's have a look at her face. So obviously she's got, I think, green eyeshadow, which is always an interesting choice on these dolls, I think. She's got a very sort of nice pink lipstick, and she's got blushing on as well, which is very cute. Obviously she's got the holes in her ears for the earrings to go into. Okay, so eye colour wise, this one is quite a sort of a pale, almost tawny colour. It's a bit golden. It's giving me sort of champagne vibes, I think. We have then got a really nice blue colour. These ones don't look like the blue that you would normally get. It looks like a different sort of blue, almost more kind of like an aqua blue. So that is side eye. We've then got the orange eye, which I think is probably as popular as the pink eye tends to be. It probably doesn't look too bad with her because of her hair colour. It might look nice, I suppose. It's kind of an interesting orange, I suppose. It's an interesting colour to have. So that is that one. And then finally, we have got green. And again, this green to me doesn't look like the normal green that you would get. So I don't know if she's got special eye chips. I will have a check and probably put it on the screen. Now, as you can see, she's in this red dress. So this was underneath the black dress. And she had a lot of plastic around her as well, underneath this. So I took all of that out. I am actually surprised by how pretty she is and how much I actually really like her as a doll, because I like the style of her, but I wasn't sure if I was going to like the doll as much. But I do actually really like her. She's very pretty. And the whole style, I think, really helps with her as well. But yeah, so the dress has a very nice sort of shape to it. So obviously you could use this as it is, as a dress that she could just wear. But it is meant to be sort of like an under part to the black dress that she's wearing. But let me show you, because under this we have got a petticoat, which is separate. So this is a net petticoat. So this will kind of help to give this its shape and, you know, obviously the black dress as well. And then under that, she is wearing a pair of just the simple white knickers that they come with, the ones that don't really look very finished, and you wouldn't want to wear on a date, put it that way. So that is her in the red dress. I should point out that obviously there is no raw edges, everything is stitched very, very nicely. This bodice part has also got two invisible shoulder straps, which are very thin. You might be able to see them there, just to kind of keep it up, I suppose. So I'm now going to get her dressed up in her full regalia, and we will have a final look at her. So here is Brenda in her almost full outfit. As you can see, she's got the hat on. It takes a little bit of positioning, and I think her hair could do with a wash. I think, because it's not very cooperative at the moment, and it might be nicer in a style, I think, maybe, just so the hat will go on. I mean, obviously there is a size difference, between her head and the actual hat part here, which is a lot smaller. So it's never going to be sort of like a snug fit, but I think it's meant to be more for effect than anything else. And it is very nicely constructed. It would be nice if it fit her head properly, I suppose, but obviously, you know, she could just wear it at a jaunty angle or something like that. So you can see she's got her little earrings in, so they were very easy to put in. As I say, you basically just put the hook part through the hole in the ear and work it round, and you can also remove them again if you don't like them. The little choker, that was actually quite easy to put on. I would suggest, though, that if you are going to put it on before you've put the black dress back on her. It was a lot easier to do it when she didn't have anything else around the neck. Obviously, the red dress underneath kind of ends just above the bosom, so it was a lot easier to actually get that on rather than having the, you know, collars and things to worry about at the top. I've only put one of her gloves on, and that's mainly because I didn't show you that she also has a little manicure. There you go. So she's got a bright red manicure, and obviously that is on both hands, but I wanted to also show you the fact that she's got the glove on as well. So that was not that difficult to get on. It looks a bit weird. I always think gloves and dolls look a bit odd, to be honest. Mainly because they don't really have individual fingers, and if they did, it would probably be an even bigger hassle to get them on. So they tend to look like sort of mittens or like some sort of medical garment. But yeah, she also has a handbag with her. The thing I noticed was the bow on the handbag is actually a sort of a cream colour, whereas her gloves are white. So that's a little bit weird, but never mind. Obviously, you know, the biggest star of the show is the actual dress, which is a really, really beautifully constructed item. So obviously we've got lots of sort of stripes, sort of sheer black stripes, and then we've got the collar, which is a sort of a solid fabric, as well as the alternate stripes in the dress down there. So obviously you can see the red in the sheer parts, which is obviously from the dress that she's wearing underneath. There's a little belt around here, a nice red belt, which kind of draws everything back together again. That is, I believe, just part of this dress. It's non-removable. So that is, you know, that is a part of that. You can't take it off. The main issue I had with this doll was actually not getting the tights on, because that was actually reasonably easy. It's the fact that the shoes don't seem to want to stay on the feet once the tights are on. Now, I don't know for sure that the shoes will fit on the feet without the tights or stay on without the tights, because they seem kind of big and the front bit seems quite shallow. So I don't know if the issue is with that the shoes are too big, or the fact that they won't sort of stay on with the tights. Maybe they would kind of stick more to the rubber of her legs if she didn't have the tights on. But either way, I gave up with the shoes because it was just too frustrating. To be honest, as nice it is to have the tights, it does seem a bit pointless anyway, because essentially you can't really see them. They have a kind of a golden sheen to them, I think, more than them being an actual colour. But you know, you can barely see them now and the camera's right on them. So, you know, when she's on display, you're not really going to notice the fact that she's wearing tights anyway. But I have to be honest, all that said, on the whole, I am really pleased with her. And to be honest, I wasn't still 100% sure that I would like her when she came. I knew that I would like the whole sort of style of her. I mainly got her because she was actually so cheap. And I kind of thought, you know what? I'm going to take a gamble with it. And I definitely think it paid off. What do you think of her? Do you have her? Let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts are. I think she is a really pretty doll, and she does look different to the other Blythes that I have in my collection. Also, let me know if any of you guys have them and you managed to sort out the sort of shoe situation. Because maybe the shoes do work and it's just me not getting them on the foot properly. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for joining me for the last 4 years as we've delved into the world of dolls. Here's to many more years delving into the world of dolls. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And please share the video if you know anyone else would like this kind of content. And I will see you the next time. So until then, take care. Bye.